If he bring this woman home and you know her from the streets, like, oh, that's such and such, you're going to be like, you're going to pull your brother to the side. She a hoe. She sleep with everybody. You even getting hurt. Your brother may not know. You may jump in her face when he introducing her, be like, what you doing here? Did you know that was my brother? Honestly, if you know a woman is loose, you don't want your brother dealing with him, and that's your sister. He said, call wisdom your sister. And your near kinswoman, and what's her job gonna be? To try and protect you from the strange woman and her flattery, that whore. Right. Oh, y'all think I'm going too far with that? Let's go look at something right quick. Let's go to Mark 3. Now, this was King Solomon, but let's read about one who was greater than Solomon, right? Let's read about him. Let us go to Mark 3 in verse 31. Y'all read this before.
Yeah, y'all should read that whole chapter in 7.
Yeah.
Because she came with the perfume, precious, you know.
Oh, you talking about the strange woman when she came. Look at what she put on. Look at how she smelled and how she dressed herself, and then go compare her to the woman that's riding that beast in Revelation 7. And tell me them ain't the two.
Revelation 17.
Right. Revelation 17. Thanks, Brother Judah, for the correction. And tell me I ain't the same one. Go ahead. Not Proverbs. Mark 3, verse 31.
Mark 3, verse 31, right?
Mark 3 and 31.
There came then his brethren and his mother, and standing without, sent unto him, calling him. And the multitude said about him. And they said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren thy mother and thy brethren without seek for thee.
So his physical mother and his brothers and sisters were out there to talk with him. And they like, the people sitting there listening, somebody probably came, hey, master, your family out there. So he not dissing his family here, but he's using the opportunity to teach. He used every moment. He only got 3.5 years. He using everything as an opportunity to teach. He used the allegory here. Go ahead, read it.
And he answered them, saying, Who is my mother and my brother? And he looked round about on them which sat about him, and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of God, the same is my brother and my sister and my mother.
Now, who is you to call your sister and your near kinswoman? Wisdom. He's not talking about the literal flesh and blood. What is in them and what it will cause them to produce, that is his mother and his sister and his brother. Why? Because they're going to produce what? The will of God. When wisdom was there in Proverbs 8, show me one thing she produced that wasn't associated with the will of God. When the will of God is brought forth, it is because of his what? Wisdom in us. So when we, through his wisdom in us, bring forth his will, we earn the title of being family with Christ. That's my mother. That's my brother. That's my sister. That is wisdom. Wisdom is the mother of the righteous, just like the love of money is the mother of all unrighteousness, all the abominations of the earth. Christ told you who his mother was. Was he talking about like me if I was there and you, like we literally his mother? No. And the way he think, the wisdom of God in them and what they produce for the will of the Father, that is my mother. Something else. We almost out of here, brothers and sisters. I thank you all for your patience. Let us go back to Proverbs chapter 6. Because in order for those who have the seal of God in their foreheads, something is going to cause them to get that seal. You know what it's going to be? It's going to be the wisdom of God that he see in them. That's going to cause them to tell that angel, mark all of them who serve me in their foreheads and in their hands. And they have a mark opposite of all those who follow after the woman who ride on the beast and receive a different mark in their foreheads and in their hands. Proverbs 6. When you get there, Brother Judah. I'm sorry, did I say? Yeah, Proverbs 6, read verse 16.
Proverbs 6 and 16.
Amen.
These 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yeah. 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, and heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. My son, keep thy father's commandments, and forsake not the law of thy mother.
21.
Bind them continually upon thine heart, and tie them about thy neck.
Is this any different from what he said in the next chapter, chapter 7, that we read first, when he said, look, bind wisdom up like that, call her your sister, your kinswoman. He's saying it again, but look it. You got these 6 things God hates, even 7 are an abomination. Does not every one of those things come with the love of money? For individuals in all nations who are drunk with that spirit.
Proud when they get it.
Proud.
They lie to get it.
Lie. Will kill the innocent for it.
That's right.
Will devise the most wicked things in order to keep and maintain it.
Swift to run into mischief.
Will run into any kind of mischief to protect it.
Yep.
Will also bear false witness and speak lies to people and deceive for it. And will sow discord and break up literal families and even friendships and relationships of the heart. All for the love of money, which is the root of all evil. Not just all sin, which sin is evil, but if you look at the definition of evil, calamity and problems are under the definition of evil. So when a hurricane comes and it destroys all this stuff, that's evil. God said that it's an evil he put in the earth called death. He said it's an evil thing that men die like beasts. But it was his sentence on us that we brought on ourselves. But death is an evil. It is the result of sin.
Yeah, that's interesting about the separation, the discord among brethren. Because that's why racism was created. You know, I'm convinced that to separate the poor masses of the whites and the poor masses of the black people, they created this thing. Yes. That caused them to war with one another.
Right.
So even in fighting for just to live back in the 60s and back in the 40s and 30s, you have poor whites who didn't want to work with the poor blacks because racism. It was all made up though. You know, it was created by the rich.
You know what? Do you know what we just read right there? We are seeing a fight. We're seeing the 2 women, they duking it out. He said, in order to avoid that, you got to bind the law of your father and your mother onto you. That is the law of God and his wisdom. That have to be bound onto you in order to escape these abominations. And who is the root? Who is the origin and the source of abomination of the earth? That woman riding the beast in Revelation 17. So all I'm doing through the prophets and the apostles is proving that the woman riding the beast is not the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church come out of her. She is the love of money, and she was given a form so that men could see it and marvel at it. But the Lord is explaining something through that woman. And wisdom all through the prophets was talked about a woman close to the Most High. She like a mother. She there to protect you. She like a near kinswoman and a sister. She gonna protect you from the strange flattery of this whorish woman. That is the fight. Brothers and sisters, money, the love of money has destroyed the water supply on this planet. It has destroyed the food supply on this planet. All the GMO, all the antibiotics, all of that is about getting richer. It ain't got nothing to do with the health and the well-being of man. The love of money has depleted the natural resources of the earth, so the diamond mining. You got Pat Robertson on TV talking about all the evil and all of this, and this man owned diamond mines. Diamond mines. Y'all ever seen that movie with, what's that guy, DiCaprio and the Give Us Free?
Blood Diamond.
The Blood Diamond, and what that movie was about. That movie is depicting what actually is going on in the Congo, and it's going on in other places in Africa where people are being killed and made to work in slave mode